everybody, and welcome to Camgirl Real World. Tonight's podcast, we are going to be talking about the beautiful Ellie Eloquent, or Eloquent Elle, as she is known on Chatterbait.
Hello.
So we've got some great questions to ask Ellie tonight, get to know her a little bit better. What motivates you to work hard?
I think, honestly, making people happy, and happiness comes in many forms. Sometimes it makes people happy to give me their tokens. Sometimes it makes me happy to just, be that ear to listen to when they need it.
So, what is your favorite thing about being a cam girl?
Flexibility of hours is great. Favorite thing, though, is just getting to know people, because there is a wide variety of people out there that I had no idea until I became a cam girl.
Yes, everybody on the internet seems to come out, be themselves in camgirl chat rooms, at least from my experience.
That they do.
So what is your biggest complaint about being a cam girl?
Ignorance is a huge deal for me. I hate when people come in and ask the obvious question. How old are you? Well, if you scrolled down about 2 ticks, you'd see it sitting right there as plain as day. It doesn't take much time to, scroll through my bio. It's not lengthy. It's not super detailed, but it gives you most of the answers to the questions you're seeking.
Absolutely. So read her bio. It is beautifully done by her husband, Mr. Lucky. So read it, check it out before you start asking questions. So what is your proudest accomplishment? And this could be cam related or non-cam related.
In life, being married for 20 years is my most proud accomplishment. I am still even more in love with my husband now than I think the day I met him. So let's keep going for another 20.
You two are just the cutest couple ever. Just meant for each other.
Thanks.
You're like 2 little puzzle pieces. It's absolutely perfect.
I think so.
So if you could choose to do anything for a day, what would it be?
A friend of mine summed it up really well the other day when they said, probably doing the same thing I do every day. I think I might take my real world job out of it, though, just so that I could hang out with Mr. Lucky and you find people every single day. I think that's my answer. I just like being with the people I love.
Good answer. It's a good answer. So what would you sing at karaoke night?
Depends on the day of the week, probably. Currently, 21 Pilots is on my mental playlist all day, every day. So I probably would sing one of their songs. Which one? I don't know.
So shout out to 21 Pilots. You got a cam girl that's a mega fan.
Yes, you do.
If you could only eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Wow. One meal for the rest of my life.
And I have seen the cooking that you guys have done, and I know that Mr. Lucky is quite the chef, so this must be a very difficult question.
It is very difficult because he makes so many meals that I could just consume every day. My current favorite, though, Philly cheesesteak stuffed peppers. It's amazing, and amazeballs, and you should Google it on the interwebs because it's fucking delicious.
They tell you not to go to the grocery store when you're hungry. Apparently, you should not podcast when you are hungry, because now I am starving.
Well, I was going to say I work in a grocery store. That is my real world job, so it's kind of pleasurable to go home with fresh food every night, and I go to the grocery store hungry every single day.
A lunch break must be interesting at the grocery store.
It is. Most people eat fried chicken on their lunch break, but I am gluten-free, so I always go for a salad.
What kind of dressing?
I am a huge fan of honey French dressing right now. It is my current favorite.
Good choice.
Thanks.
So, would you rather win the lottery or work at the perfect job, and why?
I think I would want to win the lottery because I could be set for life. I wouldn't have to worry about working the perfect job. I could figure out what that perfect job actually is. And you'd be set for life if you planned your cards right.
So don't forget about us when you win the lottery.
I will not. We're gonna have a compound of, all the cam girls.
Who would you want to be stranded on a deserted island?
Bumbling? No, I'm kidding.
Oh, Bumbles. We always like to take a crack at the wonderful bumbling idiot. Shout out to him.
We love Bumbling.
We love him very much.
I gotta say Mr. Lucky, because he is my full-time, all-time entertainment lover, best friend, everything I need. I'd want to be stranded with him forever. And I'm not just saying that because he's here. I truly mean that.
If you could go back in time, what year would you travel to?
I would go back to King Henry VIII.
Really?
Because I really want to know what kind of persuasion that guy had over women.
No kidding, right?
I mean, he was getting more pussy than anybody. So I'm just curious. The clothing is fucking fabulous, so I would want to be dressed like that all the time.
And I have seen Ellie's boobies, and they would look absolutely phenomenal in one of those dresses.
I think I would do all right in those.
So, Ellie, what are your hobbies?
Hanging out on Skype with my friends. I love music. I like reading. My current book is called The Martian, which is going to be a movie soon, and I really wanted to read it before I saw it. I also like to do paper crafting. I make repurposed journals and greeting cards and sell them to my friends and even not my friends, and those are my hobbies. I guess you can count Mr. Lucky as a hobby too, because I enjoy him.
So, what are 5 things that you couldn't live without?
I could say my laptop, but I'm going to say my cell phone instead, because my cell phone has a really awesome camera on it, and I love being in nature taking pictures, and just randomly taking pictures of randomly weird things. So I would have to say my cell phone. I love my kitties. I couldn't live without my kitties and my dog. Honestly, they're companions, and they're also really good friends. They're just love bugs. I would have to have candles and incense.
Do you have a particular flavor that you enjoy?
I'm not really a religious person, but I love those pillar candles that usually have Jesus or Mary or whatever on them, because they burn for a really long time and they're super cheap. Those are some of my favorite things. I also could not live without Post-it notes and Sharpies. So if I were stranded on a desert island with Mr. Lucky, I would have to have motherfucking Sharpies and Post-it notes. I doodle, I write random things. Those are very important to me. I cleaned out my purse the other day and I found 4 half Post-it note pads and 3 Sharpies. The obsession and the struggle is real.
And they have so many wonderful colors, and you can get them thick or thin, and...
Yeah, I'm gonna have you over, Shay, and you're gonna have to see my wide array of colors of Sharpies and, other markers and whatnots.
I will smell your markers any day.
Yes, I have those! The Mr. Sketch markers that smell like blueberry and cherry? I have those.
So, list 2 of your pet peeves.
I think my biggest pet peeve is ignorance. I hate when people are ignorant. I answer the phone so many times at work, and I say the company name that I work for, and I say it clearly and slowly, and the person will be like, "Is this such and such?" And most of the time, I just want to backhand them and be like, "That's what I just said, dumbass." But being that I can't, I don't. But yeah, just little ignorant things like that. Ignorance is not bliss, my friends. Please don't be ignorant. Read the bio.
Read the bio. Know where you're calling.
Exactly. Oh, and my second pet peeve has actually come from camming, and it is when people come in my room and call me BB. Hate it. I don't want to be called sweetie. I don't want to be called honey. I don't want to be called BB. I'm Ellie. That's my name. Those pet names are reserved for very special people in life.
Oh, what about beautiful? I think when I come in your room, I call you beautiful.
You do. You're totally okay with that. And those are the kind of words that I'm okay with. But when you call me sweetie and you call it or you spell it like sweaty,
Ooh.
I don't know if you're saying hi sweaty or not. Or honey, HUNNY.
This is not Winnie the Pooh.
No, it's not.
So, if you were a superhero, what powers would you have?
This is a tough one. I've thought long and hard about this one, and I honestly think I have to go to Harry Potter and say that I would want an invisibility cloak. I know that's not really a superpower, it's more, magical item, but I think I would want to be invisible. I want to know what the shadow knows.
I had the same answer, but for a different reason. I am a pervert.
I've become one since being a camgirl.
No.
Really? It has a lot to do with you, my
No, I can't imagine Shay ever corrupting anyone.
No, not at all.
Well, let's see. If you could share a meal with any 4 individuals, living or dead, who would they be?
There's different lists. I would want to have this giant, dinner party, but broken up into different nights. Because I'd want to have different people every time. So I would love to have a meal with you and Bumbling and Lucky and Geisha. I know we do this thing on Skype and we hang out and we chat there, but it's not the same as sitting down and communing and hugging and sharing a meal and breaking bread together. Mm-hmm. There's something to be said for that. That would be the first 4 people that I would want to share with.
That would be an absolutely hilarious dinner.
I think we would have a great time. But yeah, there's other people, of course I'd want to have a meal with the Green Arrow and Flash and Batman and, just those 3. Just because I'd want to talk about their superpowers and super funding, if that makes sense. Just to get an idea of, what drives them, what motivates them. So, there's that list. There's other lists. We could go on for an hour about that, but we won't.
So, Ellie, what is your favorite type of foreign food?
I really have a fondness for Indian food. Something to be said for the aroma and the spices. But my go-to seems to be Italian. Mm-hmm. I love having a big bowl of pasta with Lucky.
Yummy.
Gluten-free pasta, of course.
And what's your favorite movie?
This answer gets me in trouble every time somebody asks it, but my favorite movie of all time is the movie Signs.
And why do you get in trouble with that?
I love the internal struggle that Mel Gibson goes through, trying to maintain his family, maintain his spirituality, all while this craziness is going on around him. It's just a true test of what people do when presented with a situation. I know everybody looks at it and is like, it's M. Night Shyamalan, blah, blah, blah. I don't give a fuck. Look at the story. Just watch the story. And to have the interaction with his brother is phenomenal. I love the scene where they go running around the house and he was like, I'm gonna fucking kill you! And he's just going off while he's running around the house. And he gets to the front and meets up with his brother and he was like, I cursed. And his brother's like, I heard. I've had those feelings before of all these things that I shouldn't be, but you find yourself being them. And I took a film class in college, and that was our first day thing. We had to go around the room and say our favorite film. And it terrified me to say that in front of a bunch of, 19-year-olds, because I was 33 at the time. And they're all looking at me like, what the fuck? And the professor was like, I love your answer. You had a good solid reasoning for why you liked it. And, all you kids don't pick on her for what she likes.
I'm going to have to go back and watch it again. It's been a few years, and I loved the movie. And I'd love to watch it again now that, I'm a little bit older and have a different perspective.
Yeah.
So, do you collect anything?
Too much. I collect Sharpies.
Yes.
I collect Sharpies. I have all sorts of things for the business that I have. So it's a lot of papers and cards and cardstock, and I also love crystals. So I have quite a large collection of crystals that I call upon and, feel their energy every day. And I also have become a huge fan of Loot Crate.
Oh.
So I really enjoy what I get from them every month. Just random awesomeness.
And I know that we both very, very much love dragonflies.
Yes, we do. I don't have a true collection of them, though.
Oh.
I don't feel. I mean, I have a tattoo. I have some small dragonflies here and there. I have one fairly large print in the living room. It's my favorite colors and a dragonfly, but yeah, I don't have a true collection of them.
Fans, you'll have to remedy that. Send Ellie all of your dragonfly stuff.
Ellie loves dragonflies.
If you were a ruler of your own country, what would be the first law you would introduce?
If I were the ruler of Chatterbait, I would say, learn to read the bio. Everybody has to read and use their words wisely.
Now, what about your own country?
I would say the same thing. Think about what you're saying to other people because it can be hurtful or it can be uplifting.
That's a great, great answer. If you could be anyone for a day, who would it be and why?
I think it would be cool to be someone like Marie Antoinette and just have not really the world at your feet, but have, this really amazing wardrobe and be a leader of a country, I guess. It would be interesting.
So, where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Retired? No, probably not at 56. Not retired. I see myself living somewhere else with Mr. Lucky in a warmer climate with fewer encumbrances in life.
That sounds great.
That's the plan. Maybe that lottery winning and the Camgirl compound will be manifested.
If you could go to any school, tuition free, where would you go and what would you study?
I would go to Notre Dame and study history.
Oh.
No hesitation.
So, this is always the most important question out of all of them. Are you ready for this, Ellie?
I'll try.
If you could have any sex toy, what would it be?
Oh, I would love, and boys remember this, it's called an Enjoy wand. It's a silver, sterling silver, I think, wand that is intended to hit your G-spots all the time. It's got this nice little curve, and it's got balls on each end, like a ball on each end, so it's super slick and super easy to use. Apparently it's good for squirting.
Oh, wow. If you want to help Ellie along with that, you know where to find her, or you can always email camgirlrealworld@gmail.com, and we will get that taken care of. So, it is so great to talk to you tonight. It was so great hearing your answers. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
If anybody has any questions or concerns, you can always email us at camgirlrealworld@gmail.com. Until later.